Hamill.
Yeah, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Dirt Life Show. My name is Shorty Hamill. We got a pretty cool show for you guys today. I'm going to call this Seizing the Opportunity. Sara Price, her whole team, she got Saydie Gray, Jeremy Gray, Mitchell Alsup, and a whole bunch of people, her family, all kinds of people that helped her achieve some pretty rad stuff over the last couple weeks. So we're going to talk about all that today. I don't know if you want to call it an industry insider or whatever it is, but it's really, really cool. And there's some good advice, actually, to take from all this. You guys can actually use it in your race programs, too. So listen very carefully to what Sara has to say, Saydie has to say, Mitchell has to say, Jeremy has to say, all those guys. We might even have some fun people join towards the end as well. Talked to Simon over at Trophy Bureau. So he had some fun with them as well over the weekend, or excuse me, over the last week down in Mexico. Really cool stuff happening with Sara as well. She's now made it to the car, dude. She got the invite. So we're going to let them join in here in just a sec. While we're waiting for them, good to see them over here. All our sponsors are going to be, I got the camera turned around. So all the sponsors are going to be rotated in the back. So thank you to all of our sponsors, KMC, Maxis, Cryo Heat, Shock Therapy, JL Audio, everybody. You guys get a little sneak peek. You can see it right here. That's our razor being built. Let me get some of these guys join us real quick. All right. Ian, Jeremy, as well as Mitchell. Hopefully it's working here. There we go.
What's up, guys? Don't mind my voice.
You've been a little bit busy the past couple weeks.
Yeah, for sure. I lost my voice when we went from Sonora to Nora, and it just got worse. But so yeah, and I just got out of the river. I'm at home now, so I rushed home to get on here with you guys. But just in the walk.
Appreciate it. All right, we're gonna get Saydie on here, and I think Jeremy's gonna join with her, and then Mitchell texted us and said that he doesn't know, he'll try to just jump on whenever he can. I wanted Simon to come on too because he looked like he had a good time with you guys. Hi, Saydie. Hi, Jeremy. Hi. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Yeah, pretty good. All right, we got a bunch of people trying to join us as well. All right, so I'm going to call this, I don't know even if it's an episode, but I'm calling it Seizing the Opportunity because there's so many cool things that happened. The main goal, I think, for Sara Price was that you wanted to seize the opportunity to get to Dakar.
Yes. So since 2015, Dakar has been my dream, my absolute dream. And I wanted to make it a reality, but there's other opportunities that kind of kept coming along. And I took those opportunities like the Spec Truck, Extreme E, and the Razors, and then now Can-Am. And so, it kind of was always hard from being in America. There's a big disconnect from America.
Hey, hold on real quick. Here, get going. What's up, guys?
What's up, Nicole?
Hi, Mitchell.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
It's going pretty good. It's pretty loud in your truck, so we turn your phone on to you.
Yeah.
He's still driving.
Dude, the effort. Yeah, that's way better. Yeah, turn it down. That's cool. All right, Sara, sorry about that.
No, you're good. Dude, Mitchell's a champ. Yeah, and he's still driving home right now. And dude, the dude's he's tired. But no, he doesn't look tired. You look great, Mitchell. It's his birthday. Everyone looks happy birthday to Mitchell.
Yeah. Dude, happy birthday. If I had expected it and I was with you, I'd give it to you.
Thank you very much.
All right, so Sara, I'll let you finish with what you were saying, and then I want to talk about a couple other things with Saydie and Mitchell.
For sure. Yeah, so Dakar's always been a dream of mine, and this year I made the switch to BRP Can-Am, and, that was with the intentions of figuring out, okay, I'm going to put full focus to get to the car fight. I'm not going to let something stray me from this. This is what I want, and that's what I'm going to set out to do. KOH kind of was last minute, got the cars, built them as fast as I could. And then once I hired Mitchell, to then this crazy whirlwind, we won the MIT, we won Sonora, which was absolutely so beyond huge because that means I get my entry paid for the car. And I also get, there's no ifs, ands, or buts that I'm allowed to be there. And then going into Nora, we won Nora. And then me and Mitchell would have won the Dos Mared, but that's an issue.
You didn't actually go to him.
Yeah, we never made it to one of our fields.
Good job, Mitchell.
Yeah. That was a great time.
So that's what I was saying about seizing the opportunity. So when I did that intro, I wanted to kind of give an opportunity for everybody else that's watching the show to learn from what you guys did, because there's some really key factors I think that can help benefit in some junior race teams or beginning race teams, right? So you figured out that your dream is to go to Dakar, and you had the opportunity to be able to get your entry paid, right? Or to get an entry into the rally. That's a pretty phenomenal thing. So you decided, okay, well, I'm going to put a lot of effort into trying to get this win so that I can achieve that goal. It wasn't just to win the Sonora rally. It was to get your opportunity to go to Dakar, right?
Yeah, most definitely. And, it's not as simple as just now I got the entry paid now. Now there's so much more to the puzzle. But, it's set in stone. I'm going. And now when I talk to the sponsors, it's, no, I'm going. You're either going to be a part of it or you're not. And that's just is what it is now, And I'm so thankful Jeremy got in the car with me and he absolutely killed it, and Saydie for Nora. But, Sonora was a serious thing. It was something we definitely wanted to put a lot of effort in. And I think our whole team felt that. But we did it in such an amazing way because we had the passion, we had the hard work, but we also had to get time. We had the ultimate crew. So when we left each other, we had to drop some people off. After for Nora, we were still all bummed. We were like, oh man, you go to Nora.
You can see Sadie smiling this whole time. And so actually going on that whole opportunity thing. So you gave the opportunity to Darren, Sadie, Mitchell, all of them to not only be part of your team, but work as a team, right? And so Saydie, this is her first time actually navigating other than what she's done with her family and stuff, right? A professional environment there's a lot on the line, so to speak. So her dad taught her a lot. She was a sponge. She totally took the opportunity, and I could see in some of her social media posts and the text messages that we exchanged, she did not let up. She was 110% dedicated with regard to this program. Could have shoot her goal. So you giving her the opportunity, you give people the opportunity as well.
She absolutely killed it. And I was laughing the whole time. I was like, you're like a little mini Erica. How you talk to me is exactly how Erica talked to me. I was like, it's so funny because she's almost 16 years old. It's crazy. But she's so confident in that seat and she's very good at what she does. And I told her, I was like, I know you want to be in the driver's seat, but you might have a lot of opportunities to be in the co-driver's seat that will lead you to a driver's seat. So she absolutely killed it. She definitely got it for sure.
Have the
I just get it.
If she's bad or something, maybe you could even your finger over the bottom. There, that's way better. Better. Yeah, put it by your head again so that we can see your ear because it's make quiet.
Got it.
Hold on.
It might be by the air conditioning vent, and I'm going to put this on iTunes later, so maybe see if you could quiet the phone down a little bit.
Okay, sound any better?
Yeah, it seems way better. So, yeah, do it like that. All right, so Saydie, that's what I was going to ask you. How much did you learn during this process? Because I know you probably asked your dad a billion questions before going into it, but being in the passenger seat is completely different than what you're trying to do versus with your dad, right? Because you're actually doing these.
First day.
Oh, your phone's breaking up quite a bit. I don't know. Can you guys hear him, Sarah, or no?
It's breaking up a little bit.
Do you have
No, it's breaking up.
anything covering the bottom of the phone where the microphone is? Oh, I still can't hear you.
Can you guys hear?
It's a little bit better.
Maybe Wi-Fi.
So Mitchell White Saydie works on that a little bit. How was it? Because one of the things that I wanted to ask, like one of my main questions was, how many fucking miles you guys drive in those 2 feet? Like, Jesus.
So in my truck right now, I'm looking at my trip. It's 3,800 miles. I'll be 3,900 miles in my truck in the last 2.5 weeks.
Jeez, that's crazy. And Sarah, you guys put almost that many in the Can-Am too, right?
I would say about 3,000. Yeah.
How,
How did your
Yeah.
body?
That's crazy.
yeah, that's wild, right? But before we talk about the car, how does your guys' bodies feel?
I feel fine. I feel like great. Like I honestly didn't feel like any soreness or anything. Me and Saydie, we went off a little bit of a cliff on Nora, and so after that, I had like a little soreness in my neck, but like the typical. And then like my left bum.
Because you're told not to steering wheel so hard?
I'm guessing. I don't really know, but that's the only thing. Like I just feel like a deep soreness.
That's why.
And that's it.
I feel like you would be the
I've ever been caught.
athlete because you didn't get tired. You like recovered every day.
No, because I'm like this stocky little thing that like can't no endurance sports or anything. When it comes to running, I have too much muscle and it's just the lactic acid builds up. It's not for me.
How was
I'm a sprinter.
Sarah?
Oh man, it was difficult in that seat. I don't know how she was doing it. Yeah, I was in awe. I don't know. Like for the first few days, I was really sore, and I kind of just got, and then I was good.
Dude, that's crazy. I think it is your Wi-Fi, Sadie, because it's good for a second and then it goes out. Are you on the Wi-Fi at your house? Maybe you could just go on your cell phone or connect to the Wi-Fi, one of the two.
Yeah, I am on Wi-Fi. Let me see if I.
Or yeah, you take it off, how do you go to a different room or something? Dude, it's kind of cool though. So Sarah, when you give other people the opportunity to sit in the passenger seat, you have like, I don't know what you want to call it, but there's skepticism, right? You don't know what's going to happen. You're so used to having Erica Sachs in the right-hand seat. Like you have, I don't know, you probably like lower your expectations because Erica's so good, but you have expectations. Is it really easy for you to be able to work with other people like Mitchell and Saydie when you're in the driver's seat wanting to make sure that you achieve all your goals?
Yeah, for sure. You know, I think it comes down to the person's personality because if like they don't want it, you know that. But if they want it just as bad as you do, you know that. And I also too, you know, I always have confidence in my motocross background. Like worst case, like it's the funniest thing. Like Sadie's a really good navigator, but she puts right and left on her hands, and everyone laughs at her. But every morning at the right, it's R on her right hand, and funny, but she uses her hand, and her hand's always right. So like we'll be driving, and she's like right, but her hand's pointing left. So I always know she means left. But I'm always looking ahead from the moto side, so it's kind of like I don't know. I trust that too, you know? And so I've always used, like, even with Erica, like, we give too much. We give a lot of information, but you don't need to always take every single ounce of information. It's there when you need it, you know? So you kind of, like, your ears open and close. And so they're open when you need it, they're closed when you don't. And so at least they're still giving.
There's got to be a lot of information translated. Sadie, like, you were in there for a portion of it. And obviously, your dad was as well. But for, you know, over 2,000 miles, almost 3,000 miles that Sarah drove, that's a lot of information.
I don't honestly. My brain after, so.
Man, I wish we could get a better connection from you guys. It keeps bogging out.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking having like covered. Is it like in a phone case or something? Maybe take it out of the phone case. Yeah,
Maybe for all the miles.
Going out with the air compressor. So Mitchell West, and he's working at like, what's the game plan when you know you have this really, I don't know what to call it, because you guys didn't even know you were going to race the last race. You have all these miles that you're going to put on a car, like, you know, 100 miles is a long way in a car. How do you attack doing all of those miles and wanting to making sure that Sara crosses the finish line?
So start with, day one when all this packaged together. We have our plan. You start with your crew selection, and you get people there who, back what Sara said, is people who want to be there, who want to be successful. And then from there you delegate, and every single night at the bivouac in Sonora, we went through the car, even if we checked that part the day before, it didn't matter. Right back through, I don't know if you're efficient. People who want to be there. We got
Yeah. Hold on. So, Saydie, you guys were trying to log on here. Yeah, I think now you got to log off first, okay?
Yeah, you might have to
So I'll
exit
let,
Instagram back on.
ask not Jeremy real quick, and then they could try it from his phone. Yeah, so like that goes back to what we were talking about, like achieving the goal, right? Teamwork makes the dream work, so to speak. So like when you have that big of, dude, it's not a small undertaking. Like that's massive. They actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, that's good freaking practice for Dakar.
Yes. Yeah, yes, for sure. See, our crew every night, from Sara to Courtney to Brad to Jay, we all had our positions of what we were going to do, what we were going to tackle. We just went down the list and made sure everything was 100%. Sonora, Sara did a great job on keeping the car together, and the crew did a great job at night. Tackling anything that needed to be tackled. There was no catastrophics, but there was hurdles, and we got past those hurdles as a team, and that's what it takes, 100%.
Dude, that's pretty amazing. Like, I mean, you're talking about it kind of like on a, I don't know, a humble like level, but dude, there's a lot that goes on behind that. So,
Yeah.
Saydie, let's try it again. So, when you understand that they're doing like this massive effort to be able to understand how to race at Dakar and to get into Dakar, does that feel like it's more pressure for you?
I didn't really feel a lot of pressure. I more just kind of knew I had a job to do and did everything I could to be 100%
So you just straight up focus on it.
focused on it as much as I could. Yeah.
Was that laser focus pretty clear, Sara?
Oh yeah, Sadie was on it. Like I was so impressed with her. The first or second day at Norin. So I knew nothing about Norin, to be honest. I just showed up and was kind of like, oh, okay, like we're gonna race this. Like started with the sign-ups. I was like, oh, okay, this is what you do here. Cool. And then I knew they had road books, but I didn't know that like you actually need to follow them. Like I thought you just go off the GPS and you're cool, So we were going off lead nav, and lead nav doesn't show you your waypoints. So like I didn't think it was a big deal. It just followed the course. There wasn't really BCPs to be hitting or anything like that. So we got like a 20-minute penalty on the second stage. We're like, what the heck? We didn't miss anything. Like we're so confused. And well, it turns out the GPS was taking us on a road that was right next to the other road we should have been on. And so I went in, I talked to Nora and like learned, like, they're like, oh no, you need to have a road book in order to hit these. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay. I was like, Saydie, well, you have one night to learn how to read a road book into a road book. She's like, okay, let's do it. And then that morning, I'm not kidding you, she did for homework. She's sitting there, we get our road book that morning. So she doesn't have any time to prepare. She only needs to go through her once the day before. And she's ready for all doubt and understanding it. Going back to her dad, who's a few cars behind us, pistol driving, and asking questions, and she absolutely killed it. And we'd never been to another waypoint again, that's for sure. Yeah, from that point on, we could just tell she was the fourth.
That's great. We don't get thrown in the fire, right, Saydie? Hey, Mitchell, would you take a phone away from the minute?
Is that better?
No, still suck. It sounds like you have your windows open or you're in a helicopter, honestly.
I am in a helicopter.
Yeah, that's actually quite a bit.
Is that better?
Oh man, we're still like not quite.
Jeremy, so how is it like, since this was, I guess, Sadie's first go, was she just a sponge asking you questions and I mean, honestly, it sounds like she did a fantastic job.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm super proud of her. Like, especially hearing all the compliments and stuff. I was pumped, and I was trying to explain to her. I'm like, look, you have to be ready. You have to do this. And I'm trying to explain to her, like, okay, this is what this means. And, these turns, this is where your waypoint's located, like the markers on the road book and stuff like that. It was like stuff that I should have been explaining to her before. Now it's like a few minutes and I have to explain to her. So after each day I would try to be like, okay, hey, remember, this is what you have to do. Look for this, like different things like that would come up. That's what I was trying to kind of relay. But I felt like I was like, dang, I should have had more practice on it too. And so that I could have had her doing stuff. But it was like, we're sitting at the finish line of Sonora and they're like, hey, does Sadie want to navigate? And I was like, let me call her. And so it was like one day, hey, we're coming to pick you up tomorrow in San Diego. So it was like no notice on anybody's part. So it was
Sadie, just get the call and you're like, yes, and you hang up.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, it was like, grab your passport and let's go.
What did you feel like after you hung up the phone? Were you like, holy crap?
I was just like, is this really happening? Like, I was so in shock.
That's pretty cool, those opportunities. And you know what's funny, though, is you can put the correlation together. So Jeremy said a couple things. He said, I wish I had prepared for more. You know what's funny is he's always thinking like a true navigator, one step ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, even in Sonora, it took me a couple of days to get back familiar with like even the equipment. Like the first day was overload, same thing. I'm like, because the last time I did a rally was with Chris back in 19. So I was like, man, like relearning the equipment and stuff, and it was a tough learning curve right at the start. And then I was like, okay, I got this. So.
Does it change, like Sadie and Jeremy, like if you know that the vehicle is going to be used for 2,000, 3,000 miles, does it change the way that you guys operate? Are you guys more careful with giving Sara proper notes?
Well, so yeah, it's crazy because with like, it was just supposed to be for Sonora. So the car, I mean, anytime that Mitchell preps the car, prep work goes into it, it's always like 100%. Like there's no, well, we'll wait or hold off on this or that. It's like 100% of, prep the car to its fullest, like if it was going to do the 1,000.
Yeah.
So
like
everything is,
then you don't have to really, then you don't really have to change what you do. Right? Oh, you got a happy birthday, Mitchell, from Gilbert.
Oh, what's up, Gilbert?
That's pretty cool. So, Sara, tell me like how it all transpired. You guys went to Sonora Rally, and then all of a sudden, all this other stuff stacked on.
Yeah, we did not plan this at all. So we went to Sonora Rally. We finished Sonora Rally. And we always kind of like made a joke at night because Mitchell and Jeremy were always planning on going to Nora. And then they're always like, oh, yeah, like you should just come to Nora too. And I'm like, yeah, right, whatever. And then we get done with the race. And Mitchell has a trailer on his truck. And I have my truck with a trailer. And we had Mitchell's car. He had rented it to a Brazilian team out there. And he's like, well, I was like, well, I guess we could maybe go do Nora, our cars together. Like, all right. And Mitchell's like, yeah, I'll just bring the trailer. Let's just put your car on the trailer. I'm already going. It's going to be easy. And then I was like, well, what about navigating? And then Jeremy's like, let me call Saydie, because Jeremy was with Mitchell. And so it was kind of like, okay. I was like, you guys don't mind me just tagging along? Like, I don't even have rooms. I don't even know if I'm allowed to sign up still. So I texted Nora on Instagram, just the whole series, because I don't know who runs it. Like, hey, do you guys mind if I came and did a late entry? And they're like, heck no. They were so pumped and so welcoming. And so that's how this all started happening. And then after Nora, we just kept it going. And so me and Mitchell shared driving duties at that race down there in Baja Sur. And it's a very big race down there. Is it Los Mares or Dos Mares? Dos Mares. Right. Yeah, the 500.
That's so great. I feel in my was like 5 more races. You guys were just kept going.
Probably.
yeah.
Probably.
They were like, you want to see?
Mitchell thing. Yeah. Knowing the way we are and the fact that we jumped on it, like, yeah, we would never stop racing. I feel like.
Dude, wait a sec. How many freaking tacos did you guys eat?
all the time.
A lot.
Tacos?
I had 5 last night.
You guys ate all the tacos in Mexico. Oh, perfect. That's
Oh, you're America.
across the border. That's the rule. You go straight to In and Out.
Yeah, that's what we did today.
Man, that's so crazy. That's wild. And then so the Dos Mares, I think it's called. Like, so that one was just a default too. You're just like, oh, I had to race on the way back.
Yeah, one of the teams told them that.
Yeah.
Wait, where
Yeah.
start at though?
The pause.
Oh, so you guys already done?
La Paz. We were in Cabo and it started in La Paz. And I'm not kidding you. Me and Mitchell drove the car to La Paz for Cabo. Yeah. We just kept the rally thing going.
Those are wild. This is so crazy. So, Sadie, how much time did you get to spend with everybody? Just that one week or whatever?
Yeah, just 1 week.
That must have been so much fun for you. It's actually it's quite a bit different of an experience than what you're used to, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think I've ever been. I think this is my second time being down in Mexico for longer than a few days, and then just being with the team. Obviously, they were my dad and Mitchell. I've known forever, and to race with Sara and to be with Sara and to be with the whole team. Man, it was awesome.
Well, let me ask you this. So you're 16, and this is pretty much your first, I don't know, navigating experience, so to speak, on a professional level. What did you learn?
Man, I learned so much. A lot of the terrain down in Baja, I learned a lot of the notes and the road book and everything like that. Luckily, we had it, and I didn't have to do the conversion from miles to kilometers, which I was honestly really happy about. Which I just that was gonna be a whole nother thing, but yeah, the terrain, everything about rally, and more about navigating and more about myself.
Yeah, so those are a couple of things that I thought were the most important was the things that you learned about yourself, right? Because you had said a couple of things. You had said, wow, like Sara was feeling pretty good, but like you were a little bit sore or whatever. And then you learned how to act quickly because you had to change everything that you knew, like right off the bat. Like there's a lot of little stuff that you learned that I think a lot of either young girls or obviously other racers can figure out too, because it's not all about just getting behind the wheel and driving, right? It's about learning the whole experience. And then both the Mitchell and Sara got their taste at navigating and driving down in Dos Mares. Give us a little. I was.
I'll see you.
How's that navigating seat, huh? How's that right seat?
I was a little, at the start, I was like, all right, I got this. And it took me a little bit, but I felt like I did a good job. We were having a blast. Like, so, like, it was a good time. It's a good time.
Was the pressure?
Yeah. Mitchell's a good navigator, I have to say. And he's a good driver, too, but he killed his
Wait, I'm
He's always like, saying, I hope I did a good job.
okay. So
Well, yeah, we don't have any.
Dos Mares is like old school Baja race. No speed limit. People are sitting right out the course the whole time. Like, unless you had a pit sign, you were getting gas. And it's apparently if we didn't have a pit sign or really a fuel schedule when to stop to a certain extent, like we weren't getting gas.
Like, so where did you guys go? You guys would go to the gas station, or did you guys actually find people who had gas and just ask them?
Just gas and ask them. So we just went into the pits and said, hey, Sara would just start yelling. It was epic.
I was just like, gasolina. Because Mitch would go up and he'd be like, we need gas. And you're like, what? And I'm like, gasolina.
You're pointing to the gas tank with like $20, and you're like, let's go.
Yeah.
Sadie, what would you have done it?
Yeah, sometimes we'll draw stuff. Sometimes
Don't worry, you're going to get gas. Same thing.
Yeah, same thing. I would have started yelling. I'm like, we need gas. Everything I can do.
It's so crazy how all this stuff goes down. Like, we were actually talking about it the other day, like the whole Baja thing. You start here and then you end up here. Like, so that Dos Mares must have been super fun.
Yeah.
What did you learn, Sara, during this whole experience, other than your Can-Am can take a serious beating?
Yeah. Dude, I am so blown away with the Can-Am X3 and the platform. Like every night, Jeremy had to like seriously have a talk with me because I'm like, dude, for sure we have to do some like we have to at least change axles or we have to change this or that. And he goes, no, Sarah. He goes, with these cars, you really don't have to. And I trust Mitchell and Jeremy so much when it comes to the mechanics. And I'm so new to that platform, so I just was trying to always be prepared and thinking I have to change so many parts to be prepared. And they basically had to just talk me off the ledge every night. Like, nope, trust me, the car's ready to go. And I'm like, all right, I trust you guys. And look at where it got me. So trusting a good crew is important. But being in a navigator seat was tough. Mitchell absolutely kills it, which we're very similar. It's super funny. Like we make a really good team together. Just in the fact that we're go-getters, we're spontaneous, obviously, with going to that race and doing it. Yeah. and I feel like our driving styles are pretty similar as well. And we don't talk in the car, which is really funny because that's also
You guys are used to motor.
but yeah, it's so funny. But yeah, when I had to navigate for him, I was like, oh no. At first, our notes were only in Spanish. So then I was like, oh no, oh, we're really screwed. And then on the line, the last minute, an English guy comes up to us, or like a American, and gives us English notes. So
You were doing a little translate on the way to the start line.
You guys had it, dude.
yeah.
Dude, that
Cool.
wild.
So we had a question that came in. Tyler Gray actually asked, what was the most challenging hurdle to overcome at Sonora? Let's let Jeremy answer that one.
Sonora.
No, Sonora.
Oh, Sonora. It was probably just me getting back to like figuring out the equipment. Like sometimes when we had validated a waypoint, we had to go farther in than the other cars because we had a smaller circle. Like ours was only 30-meter circle, and the FIA cars, they could validate at 90 meters. So that means like there was tracks there, but we had to go out of the tracks farther to validate the waypoint and then, catch the track again. So it was a little bit difficult there, but yeah, it's like Sarah killed it. It was hands down. Like I couldn't with rally. If you look at the notes, they're spread out. Like you'll have some sections, you'll have 5 kilometers and you won't have any notes. So it's basically you drive blind and pretty much as fast as you can until that next note, like regular navigation of a GPS where you know what turn is coming and you can prepare early. The whole time I'm sitting there counting down in my head, looking at the Odo freaking countdown until I could tell her, okay, you have 500 meters till we're going to be doing this. And then I'm like, okay, 400 meters, 300 meters, 200 meters, 100 meters. And then we should be doing whatever the note says. And it's
wild that you have to adjust all that, especially in your head, to give her the same information that she's used to, like processing.
Yeah. It like there was a few times that we got a little turnaround, and then the notes don't line up anymore, and then you have to wait till you can reset your Odo to the correct one. And I'm like, okay, now a couple tenths off of the actual mileage. And I'm like, okay, so now I can't call it. I'm like, you're doing math the whole time. And then it's like, okay, how many miles do we have left for fuel? And we're like, okay, what are we getting for fuel mileage? And then it's like, okay, we reset there. So we used 8 gallons and we know the car will do 280 kilometers. So it's like, okay, how many more kilometers do we have left on the stage? And it was just,
dude, that's so
crazy.
That's so many resets and so much. That's basically science, dude. Like processing science the whole time.
Yeah.
We have
holy
the Odos on the car. 6 technically.
So like I said, the first day was a little overload, like because I had the aim system for the car, so I was monitoring the belt temp, the engine temps, everything like that, plus the road book, plus 4 Odos or 6 Odos on my side, and then I would glance over at hers, and it was like overload. I'm like, I would tell her, hey, 200, and she's thinking it's cab heading, but I'm like, no, it's the belt. So she's like, just tell me belt then. It was yeah.
So we switched that over to mountain.
Yeah, because there's just too much. Like you can only process so much.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Hey, Sarah, I know that you have some dinner plans. Are you okay right now, or do you got to sit back?
Yeah, I'm good to
So, Sadie, when your dad's talking about all that stuff, is it basically the same for what you guys had to do in the car?
It was a little more relaxed. It was very similar when it comes to rally, but I didn't have as much going on my side. Sarah was dealing with managing the car, and I was dealing with navigation, but I would still glance over and be like, watch this, watch this. You know, it was just out of habit, but it was kind of similar, but it was a little more relaxed than what he had to do.
I basically feel like she just said that she's better than you.
Yeah, she is. She was like, I didn't have to worry like you did. Yeah. But I think I was more worried about her because I was more worried about how they were doing. Like, I was in the car with Mitchell and then with like Blake and Ken. So the whole time I'm thinking, I'm on the radio trying to tell her, hey, make sure that you reset, because one day they started us off the notes. So they cut a section off. So I'm like, hey, your road book's not going to line up at this section. So I'm trying to tell her, like, don't go off the road book at first. But I don't know if they had their radio on. So I'm like, hey, you guys, can you hear me? Like, yeah. So I think I was more worried about them, and them. I know that they were doing good. And I was like, as long as they were still moving, I was like, okay, they're doing good.
So, yeah, that's frost.
It was funny. On the first day, Jeremy was in the car with this man, Ken. He is absolutely amazing. He's 81 years old, and that's who Mitchell and Jeremy were going down there to Nora with to begin with, and he was in a Can-Am X3 as well. And it was his bucket list item to go and race this race. And he's just an amazing man, and they welcomed me with open arms. But we were started behind him because we were late. And we were like waiting to catch them. And we finally get up to them, and I'm like, hey, I think it's your dad. And then Saydie just doesn't even skip a beat. Like, this is how, like you don't teach these things, because she just is like, she's so prepared. She got straight on the radio with dad. And Jeremy gets on the radio. He goes, I know. He goes,
Oh my God, that's the best. I'm definitely going to clip this. It's at 6:07 p.m. This is the clip that's going.
That's one thing. I'm like, okay, they're gonna be catching us, so I'm like, I'm waiting for it, and it's like, I hear her come over. Dad, we're behind you. I'm like, that's one thing you don't want to hear. Like, when they already caught you, like.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. You know what I think about? First of all, proud dad moment at that point was like, that's also a changing of the guard too, man. She's coming up here.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Oh, that must have been pretty cool for you guys to like go through and experience that. And especially Sarah, were you just cracking up?
Yeah, I was laughing most of the time, to be honest. And me and Saydie, even in the car, like, there were so many times we would just crack up because we'd like come around the corner and she's like, I don't know why. She goes, I can't always get what I want out of my mouth. She goes, so I'll just say left, and she'll go like, left. And it's like, I just got to learn like her tones and what she meant, and it's like, but she never skipped a beat. Like, she was always on point, and she always knew like what was coming. And no,
That's a serious energy.
Really.
All right, let's change the subject a little bit. The navigation portion, like we could talk about that for days. But what are some of the most? Actually, let's go around. Let's Sarah, you tell me some of the most beautiful stuff that you saw in Mexico, and then we'll ask Saydie, Jeremy, and Mitchell.
I would have to say, obviously, the coast is amazing. But there was, when we get closer to Cabo, maybe it was La Paz, there's green mountains. Like, the mountains are full on green, and the dirt's green. And then, like, we were racing along the side of a mountain. You look down, and, like, they had, like, this little paradise they created in the middle of nowhere. And I just was like, that is super cool.
Yeah,
That's beautiful.
And now that you got your entrance to Dakar, you're going to be seeing some pretty stuff over there, too. All right,
Oh, yeah.
Sadie, what are some of the most
Love
awesome
that.
stuff that you saw?
So my personal favorite was the coast section on the fourth day coming into La Paz. That was beautiful, but also San Ignacio, which is one of their favorite towns. That was really cool to see. That was a really cool little town that we went through.
And were those the first times that you ever saw those places?
Yeah, it's the first time.
Yeah, that's like a whole new, like,
You know that, what was it on Lion King? A whole new world. Dude. Jeremy, how about you, man? Because you guys were on the Gulf side, right?
Yeah, so we jump onto the beach and we're right on the beach for probably like, I think it was like 17 or 18 kilometers just along the beach. And just cruising along the beach was so awesome. And I was like, man, can you imagine linking up with your buddies like on a rally and everybody's just cruising down the beach like that at like racing? Like that'd be so awesome.
Dude, that would be cool.
Yeah, we almost hit a seagull. It was like a flock of them.
No,
Yeah, almost
you basically car a flock.
yeah. There is.
Mitchell, and other than Senor Crocs, what was your favorite part?
I'd say so. I'm gonna bring up BAM LA. It's maybe not the most beautiful place, but the way we were staged there, prepping the cars on the beach, was really, really neat. Sarah actually took her tent. She stayed at the rock while we all went to a hotel. But to line both the cars up, Sarah and Kim's car, and run prep through the cars right down the water was a pretty epic experience. And then two BAM LA was neat because it brought all the racers together for a big luncheon on day two. Day two, right?
Yeah. Two or three.
Three. I think it was day 3.
Day 6.9.
The whole experience at BAM LA was really cool because everyone's really close at that point, and the luncheon and the prepping on the beach it was just full circle for me. It was good.
Yeah, and just listening to you guys talk, like that's the beauty of racing off-road in general is getting to spend all this time with your team, your friends, and then obviously like-minded people. But when you can do it in beautiful places like down there in Baja, it makes it so much better. Like, honestly, Saydie, 16 years old, getting to experience all that stuff, it doesn't get too much better than that. You got to experience it with all your friends and family.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Dude, it's good. What do your friends think at school when you tell them how crazy your last couple weeks were?
They all can't really believe it. They're all kind of a little jealous, I think.
Take me.
Yeah, that exactly.
Do you guys have anything else? I know Sarah has to get to a dinner, and first I want to commend you guys because being able to be this flexible as a team, to be able to execute at such a high level, get 2 wins and then a podium at a race, 2 races that you didn't even expect to do, and a Dakar entry, that is where dreams are made. Like, all of us racers would love to have that much success. So kudos to all you guys.
Thanks.
Thank you. And it's funny. A lot of people like right now are like, you're on fire. You're absolutely killing it and all this. And like, I sat down with Mitchell and Jeremy and Saydie. I think they all like kind of know. And I'm like, guys, like, it's been a rough few years before this. Like, it's not always the glory days. Like, I know we're on a high right now and I know this is amazing. And I'll take it. I definitely, I live for this and this is what it's all for. Over the last few years, I've had a lot of failures and before that, had a lot of success, but it's always this crazy roller coaster that you have to ride in racing. And it's not always easy. And you have to get through those hard times. And sometimes those hard times last a lot longer than you ever could imagine, But since I brought Mitchell on a part of my team and got into my Can-Am, it's been just a breath of fresh air again. And it's been the missing link to my program, as well as Jeremy. And Jeremy, actually, Ricky had mentioned Jeremy to me at KOH and is like, please listen to me for once. You need to call Jeremy. And I'm like, okay, like, he's so adamant, I need to call this guy. So I called him. And then Jeremy rode with me for testing for men. And then we had Eric Sheets in there. He's awesome as well. But so we had a plan with Jeremy. But then, small world, Jeremy works with Alsup. And at King of the Hammers, I've been blowing up freaking Mitchell because I was like, I don't know nothing about a Can-Am. Can you help me? Like, I don't know what I'm doing. And he's so nice all the time. And then we get to KOH and I'm accidentally pitted in his pit. And so I'm like, well, I guess this is meant to be. We just work together. You just want to start prepping my car. And then Jeremy works with Mitchell all the time and rides with him. So I'm like, this is
Sometimes the puzzle pieces just fall together, right? And then Sadie, you just end up being in the passenger seat. Let's go.
Exactly.
All right. So I was gonna ask something else. Oh, do you know the total miles that you guys completed or no?
I honestly think it's about 3,000. My auto on my actual vehicle is not accurate because I have 32s on it. But it was like 2,700 on my auto, so it might be even more than 3,000. But I would think 3,000.
You saw Simon just chimed in and said 100%, but you guys are in a good place and in a good vehicle. You guys will kill it. Yeah, I don't disagree with that statement, Simon. All right, Sarah, you've answered most of these questions, but I want to give Sadie the opportunity to answer all the rapid fire questions. Do you want to do it with, or do you want to bail?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm
All right.
happy, dude.
So-
I'm good.
Sadie, first question.
'Kay.
Tacos or hot dogs?
Oh, tacos.
Tacos all day. Well, Mitchell, are you going hot dog now since you ate all the tacos?
I'm still the tacos.
Oh,
Still tacos.
taco guy. All right, Sarah, what are you picking?
Yeah, I've been craving a hot dog, I'm not gonna lie. But I remember bed tacos and Cabo, so that's a toss up. I've been really wanting a hot dog though. I don't know if you guys remember. Remember I was walking down the street, I was like,
Dude,
I just
they had some down
hot
there
dog.
too. I saw them. All right, Jeremy, give us your answer.
I do fish tacos right now.
Oh, you're going big fish taco guy. All right, Sadie, how do you spell silk?
SILK.
What does the cow drink?
Milk.
Water. Drinks water.
Oh,
That's pretty good. Now you just don't let him see this part of the video, and then you can trick him tomorrow. Hey, Sarah, use that at dinner.
I'm going to. Well, Ricky just heard it.
Okay, perfect. All right, Sadie, chicken or asada?
Chicken.
One chicken. All right. What about you, Sarah? Jeremy,
Asada.
Gotta do chicken.
Mitchell.
Asada.
There you go. Asada guy. All right. Let's see here. Dunes or the river?
River.
You going river? Is that because you just spent so much time in the sand in the race car?
Oh no, I'm not a river all day.
Oh, right on. All right, Sarah, you do it. Well, you just got out of the water.
Yeah, I'm like, this is a really tough one, guys. You know, because our property is called the Rip and Dip Ranch for a reason, so we can have the dunes and the river.
Nobody's ever answered both, but I'll let it.
I don't know.
All right.
I would say both. Yeah, that's a hard one. I live in the river when I'm not
Mitchell, are you going dunes or the river?
I'm going with Sam. I'm gonna go both.
Oh, dang. He's not even tired. Look at him. He just wants to go play some more. Jeremy, what about
Dunes freak me out. I have anxiety at dunes. So I do. Yeah, I have anxiety on dunes. So I do the river.
let's see here. Oh, action shots or still shots, Sadie?
Ooh, that's hard. I think action shots. Yeah.
Action shots are pretty cool sometimes. But dude, sometimes the still shots, like that one of you that's there on the beach when you guys were, I think you were old enough number one or whatever, and you guys were totally in the moment. That was a super cool still shot, though.
Oh yeah, we're definitely talking like an elf crap.
Yeah. You guys must have had so much cool behind the scenes stuff. I love talking about this. All right, Sarah, what's yours? Action or still shots?
I would say still shots, but I have to talk about our drowning experience. I knew Sadie would want to talk about it. We were driving back from the finish line at Nora, and like, let me remind you, the day before we won, I told Sadie, I was like, all right, like, this is what we have to do to win. She goes, you really think we can win? And I'm like, yes, I think we can win. We're going to win it. Like, she was so not sure, like, no way, I've never won something like this before. And I'm like, girl, we're going to do it. Watch. And so that was pretty cool. So when we won, it's her first time ever winning a race. So it was so huge for her, and she was so excited. And I was like, I want to just jump in the ocean in our suits. And she's like, yes, okay. but we couldn't quite find a way to get to the ocean. We seriously drove around trying to find a spot. We couldn't. So then we're going to the house with the crew, and we're driving our car on the highways. And then we just saw a beach off to the left. Like, we're by ourselves. Mitchell's driving the chase truck behind us, like a long ways away. And so I was like, just turned off. And I was like, we're going to do it. We're just going to go drive right here. I see the beach. We can drive the car into it and we'll just jump in. I get some random dude on the beach to video us. And we go to jump in, but I didn't know the waves are so crazy in Cabo and so, like, dangerous. And so we go running in and we're like, seriously get washed back up. But then we got dragged back in and we're like, oh no, like, we're underwater, getting sloshed around. We come out and we finally get out and we're just covered in sand. It's like, we're like, what just happened? We just warmed. And then now we're getting, like, trampled by the waves. Like, we thought it was going to be cute fun. And it was just like, we sat there just laughing.
Well, you are at the end of a peninsula, so it's probably way more turbulent down there. Dude, that's crazy. Saydie, were you actually, like, worried at some point? You're like, oh my God, we're getting trampled by these waves.
Well, so I came up first out of the water, and I look over, and Sarah's still under the water, and I'm like, no, this is it. This is it. We just won. There's drowning. I don't know. I was so scared.
They're still in their driving suits.
We were in our driving suit, ran in the water, and just went for it.
And like, that's got to be so heavy on your body because the driving suit is water. You're like, all right, it's the last time I'll see Sarah. Bye.
Actually, yeah, it was so funny. We get back to the house and they're all looking at us. We're like, we did it.
For nice and wet for dust.
I was wondering, really?
Yeah, they were still wet.
Holy yeah. What about your diving outfits? Did you guys get to wash them?
I washed mine, but hers just laid on the street for like 2 days. But we have those UPR pads, and so they just kept the moisture for a while. I don't know. It was crazy because when we raced, I was like, Mitchell, did you pee the seat? I was like, it's so wet over here.
That's funny. Sadie's like, I'm not washing it. I'm just leaving it crusty. Dude, that's so funny. What a great experience, though. Did you guys save the video?
Yeah, we still have it.
Yeah.
The random dude's like, oh, I just watched these girls die.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even say anything. I'm like,
Fine. You see, and they're filming.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, man. All right. 3-wheeler or quads, Sadie?
Oh, I'm gonna have to go quad. I can't do my dad wrong.
Yeah.
A big quad. We already know what Jeremy's picking. What about you, Sarah?
I don't know. I'm not really like either, but I don't know. 3-wheelers are cool. Like, I feel like little 73-wheeler would be sick.
I'm thinking ultra.
Yeah. Yeah, like not free.
Yeah. Chuck Brewing. That's how it happened. Chuck from Proiga just commented in and then said, thank you to the whole team for all the support and congratulations on crushing it. You guys rock.
Yeah.
Pizza rolls or jalapeno poppers, Sadie?
Oh, pizza rolls all day.
Well, are you put anything on them? Like you juice them up with ranch or what?
Well, she raw dogs it.
Raw dog.
Is anybody else doing jalapeno poppers? Because I have the most delicious poppers you've ever had in your life today. It's a taco mesa roll. Pizza roll.
No.
All right. You guys are team pizza roll. I'll be the odd guy with the popper. Let's see here. Favorite movie, Sadie?
Oh, this is funny. It's this movie on Netflix. It's called Wheels of Fortune. It's a hilarious movie. I don't think anybody really knows of it though.
Okay, so Wheels of Fortune. Everybody got to go check it out and then get into Sadie's DMs.
You can tell me if it's bad or not.
He's like, no, please don't get a DM.
Oh, only for the movie.
Yeah.
Instagram or Facebook, Sadie?
Instagram.
Big Instagram girl. Do you do the TikTok?
I do have one. Yeah, but I don't post on there.
Can't even get into mine. I've been locked out for 2 years and it won't let me on, so I'm not TikTok. Let's see here. Netflix or YouTube, Sadie?
YouTube.
What's your favorite thing to watch? Do you like learning on YouTube or do you like watching racing stuff?
Racing all day. That's all we want.
Trophy Burrow.
All right.
Oh,
That was actually a good
Okay,
for me this morning.
Yeah.
Dude, I watched the whole thing from start to finish. I was like, that's the real shit right there.
Yeah.
That was epic.
I know.
That was just get raw footage, right?
Yeah, he did such a good job on that one. Let's see here. Videos or photos? And we'll go around to everybody. Sadie, you do it first. Video or photos?
Oh, gosh, that's hard because I do both. I'm a photographer and I do video too, but I'll have to say video. I'm gonna have to say video.
Yeah, picture says 1,000 words. A video says 10 million words, right?
Yeah.
All right, Jeremy, what's yours?
Yeah, video. Yeah, I like video.
Sarah? Mitchell, are you
I'm going photo.
Video.
I'm going photo.
going? Dude, there's just something good about a rad photo, right? Let's see here.
But with the photo, you don't really see the emotion. Like a video, you'll see, the emotion. Like I wish there was video of the finish of Sonora, and they came around, and once we pulled into the finish, it was like we won, and it was like I looked over at Sarah, and Sarah seen Courtney, and they both like started tearing up, and I seen them doing it, so I like had to turn away real quick and try to act tough. I was like, oh, they're all crying, and then I think Sarah's dad was crying. Like it was a big emotional, and I just let it.
For sure.
Yeah.
100% was emotional.
Jeremy's like just tearing up. He's like, oh, I got extra on the front of the girl.
That wasn't even that. It was just like I understand. Like I understand it. Winning something that big, it's like, like especially after she said, like she's had a hard few years with racing and stuff, and just not that good of results and braking, and which it happens. It's racing. Not everybody gets to win. So.
Yeah, totally. Hey, we should give a shout out to Courtney Prost too, because she was out there with you guys. Yeah. Courtney's awesome. So, all right. So this is the most important question of the whole 2 weeks. You guys, the whole 3,000 miles. What was your favorite snack in the car, Sadie?
Oh, it's gonna have to be gummy bears with Sarah.
Big gummy bear girls in the car. So, Sarah, thank you. Favorite snack too?
Yeah, not payday.
It is delicious.
Yeah, I was living off paydays. Jeremy doesn't eat in the car. I just eat the whole head.
I don't understand how you don't eat in the car, Jeremy. That still baffles me.
Yeah, I don't eat. Like I'll eat a Cliff Bar every once in a while, but it's my my routine. I just won't eat. I'll drink and stuff before, but I just won't eat. Like I don't want a chance of getting sick, and that's like the biggest thing is like I just figured out if I chew gum and drink water and stuff, I'll be good. Other than that, I don't want to hold anybody up or have an issue. So I just don't eat.
Your logic is fantastic, but I'm not taking the same advice. I'm eating the whole time.
Yeah, yeah. But I keep Ziplocs in the car with me just in case. Like big Ziploc bags to throw up in so I don't puke on myself if I do get sick.
Whoa,
so
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's
in case.
Yeah, that's my secret. That's my secret.
That's the secret sauce.
I should have done that because I was afraid of getting sick with Mitchell when I had to hop in the navigator seat. Like on my neck for a little, and he's like, "Yeah."
You're like kind of,
and then you fell asleep.
And I was like, "Can you give me the job?" And then I thought,
that's funny. All right, we'll wind it down real quick because we only got 2 minutes left. Mitchell, what was your favorite snack?
I'm gonna go with the 4-pack of Oreos that Sarah and I had on the way to Dos Morris.
Dude, they must have.
I looked over.
they said his fiance,
What was that?
Allie.
Oh yes, thank you,
Allie
Alex.
backed up.
Yes, yes.
Those
She's
big.
great. Allison is amazing. She was with us. Nora, the whole Nora, and yeah, she's amazing. So
It was
Yay!
he
So
just got engaged.
first
So and congratulations on that too.
race winner down in Mexico for the last 3 weeks, and comes home with a car that he probably doesn't have to prep that much. Dude, massive winner.
yeah, it took a whole team. And I want to give a shout out to Jay for navigating 2,000 miles. As drivers, it's a lot, but to navigate for 2,000 miles for 15 days straight or whatever it was, you're pretty awesome, Jay, and I'm blessed to have you a part of everything we do. So,
Thanks,
buddy.
thanks.
Dude, you're gonna make him cry like
It's okay. You can cry, Jay. You can cry right now.
Saydie is the innocent over there.
Mitchell, let us stay
I know.
here
Thank
and
you.
get your Iron Man
I was like,
on.
I got to get home because I flew in from Japan for the race. I was in Japan for 2 days before I even got, or 2 weeks before I got down there. So I flew right in to LA. They picked me up at Tucson and we went straight down and gone for 2 more weeks.
Dude, you flew into my hometown. Way to go, man. Did you say hi when you passed by?
Yeah.
Wave.
Dude, that's so cool though, man. Sarah, we need some of this like no stop energy that Jeremy has. All right.
I know.
Final question so Sarah can go eat dinner. Say chips and guacamole or French fries and ketchup.
Oh, I'm not a guac girl, so I'm gonna have to say French fries and ketchup.
That's fine. You can leave all the guac for me. I'll get guac. All right. Jeremy, what's yours?
Probably French fries and ranch. I can't do ketchup.
No ketchup. What, Sarah? What about you? I'm gonna.
What do you think?
Yeah, I was gonna say he's probably getting the guac on the tacos, burritos, everywhere.
No guac for me. I'm going French fries.
Mitchell,
Yeah,
let's say you were a virgin or
I talked like
something.
one
Oh,
time when I was a young kid and like my throat like started getting all funky. So I was like, nope, never again. I haven't had it since.
Yeah, please don't die on us, dude.
Yeah, right.
There's so many special things.
We're at the office having
You
guacamole.
guys did all this racing for 3,000 miles, but you almost died taking a swim, a victory swim, and then Mitchell, you guys to be careful, eat avocados. Jeremy doesn't eat at all. Like, we know what you guys are doing, man. We got the secrets.
Yeah. That's it. Sharing all their secrets.
All right. Well, thank you guys very much. You guys have anything else that you guys want to say? Actually, Sarah, let's have everybody go through. You go last. Saydie, who do you want to thank?
Well, first off, Sarah for giving me the opportunity, and my dad for shouting me out and allowing me to have that opportunity. Mitchell, his whole team, the whole team with Scott Connolly and all of their team, all of those guys that helped me, Sarah, Scott Atchison, Allie, freaking gosh, everybody that was there that helped and made everything happen.
Yeah. Then Jeremy?
Yeah, Sadie kind of nailed it. And then shout out to Gilbert. Gilbert's freaking, he's just awesome. All of Sonora. He had me, he was the one buying me all the electrolyte drinks and stuff, brought them down with me and just being around. And then Sarah, yeah, thank you for everything. You know, it was awesome. Mitchie always bringing me around. So
Those electrolyte coconut ones are so delicious. Hey, don't forget Mom, though. Mom let you guys do all this.
yeah, my wife was doing the passport thing and had to expedite my passport, and she did a ton behind the scenes. And you know, she was more bummed out that she couldn't go because she just got back from Florida. So yeah.
Mitchell?
So crew for sure, that goes without saying. But also for me, these last 2 weeks really were generated by, you know, Sarah and then all the other customers that choose Alsup Racing Development to prep their machines. And you know, without them, it'd be hard to do this. So from Sarah to Scott to the other 5 or 6 cars we had down at Nora and Sonora, and so just the support from the entire community allows all of us to continue to push forward to our dreams. And yes, Allison, my mom, my family, you know, when we're gone away from home, it you know, they're not with us, so just very thankful for the support system. And
Yeah, it's
amazing.
It's pretty cool to see. One of the things that I wanted to say was, like, with all this new technology, we're doing some Starlink stuff. It would have been insane to have a Starlink on your car and record all of these different moments to be able to share with everybody. I would have loved to have seen that. So maybe next time we'll plan ahead a little bit and throw one on the car so you guys can get it all dialed.
The Starlink on the chase truck is dialed right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. But you're not using it right now for the live feed because you're a little scratchy, dude.
I am scratchy? No.
I'm just joking.
Okay.
Sarah, on a deal.
throw your shouts out so you can get it going.
Yeah, so first and foremost, everyone a part of our team. Mitchell brought some amazing people and Jeremy as well. So Jeremy, first off, for hopping in the car and absolutely killing it and being there, part of every single mile we did and making it happen. And Mitchell just putting his heart and soul into the vehicle, into our program. There's a lot of late nights. I know that, Mitchell's running a top-notch program out of his shop, and he doesn't have a huge amount of people helping him. So there's a lot of hands-on time that he's putting into the vehicle that I appreciate so much. And so if anyone good out there and you actually believe in yourself truly, Mitchell needs some help at his shop because I'm putting him to work too much. But no, it's pretty awesome, and it makes me so proud because it's cool. Like Mitchell called me and bounced ideas, and it's just like that's so rad. Like I want to see him succeed. I want to see everyone around me succeed. I don't want to take anything from them, but be a part of what I want to do, and then be a part of what they want to do. And I feel like that's so important. But Courtney absolutely killed it. I told her, I was like, I really want to focus on racing, and sometimes it gets so hard to do all of it. And I was like, can you come on and be my race manager for Sonora so like we can just be on top of everything we possibly can? And, Mitchell and Herbert's really closely at night. So me and Jeremy could focus on what we needed to. And then Brad Howe, oh my gosh, I just love that guy. It was just so funny. Like the whole dynamic, they're just so much fun. Gare Bear, my dad was there, of course. He was always in good Gare Bear fashion. And Gilbert is like,
He's the true knockabout. Like he doesn't ever.
Yeah. I never want to go anywhere without Gilbert again. Like I love Gilbert. But yeah, the Nora crew, it just was absolutely amazing. And that carried over to Nora. Like in Nora, I just was this tag along, and then we had Team Shirtudo. I hope I said it right. It's all the DA crew, all Cameron Steele's kind of buddies, and they welcomed me like with open arms, and it was just beyond cool. And not only did they welcome me, they were like, first day, like me and Mitch was like, yeah, I don't really know how it's going to play out. Like we're adding another car to the mix, but they're like trying to plan our fuel stops from day one. Like, hey, Sara needs to pit here and do this. And I'm like, guys, you really don't have to like do all this. Like, don't worry about it. I can figure it out. And they weren't accepting it. And then like anywhere we went, me and Saydie had a room, and they totally just took good care of us. And I can't thank them all enough for welcoming me. And, I have a new Cabo family, and it's been just a blast getting to know them all. And even at the awards, they gave me a book and they signed it with personal notes in it. And I'm going to keep that, that's pretty cool. I just met those people, and now they're like family. But aside from all the amazing people that surround us, support us, and are a part of our program, it's the sponsors. And when I say sponsors, I don't just rep a company because they are paying me or they're giving me something. I rep them because I believe in them. And so every single product and every single logo you see on my vehicle or race suit is genuinely a company that I represent because I believe in them. So from Monster to Can-Am to BFG, Raceline, Pennzoil, Super ATV, Alsup, obviously, Hyperco, and Super ATV. I can't say thank you enough, and I can't wait to see what we can all do.
Well, I appreciate all the stuff that you guys said, because most important, it's a community effort, a team effort, right? Like everybody has to work together. And I like what you guys are doing, because over the past 2 weeks, whether you know it or not, you have helped grow the off-road world, right? Because you have shown what can be done, and UTV has given you the platform for it. But I also think that this is a good learning experience, except for such a young mind like Saydie, right? Be proud of yourself, Saydie. All of these guys need to be proud of each other and themselves too, because you guys accomplished something that very few people will ever do in their lives as a team. And that just means that you can do amazing things in the future, whether it's with Sara or anybody else. Just make sure that you're all proud of yourselves, because you guys did a fantastic job.
I can't wait to look back in 5 years and see where Saydie is.
No, it's awesome. I can't thank everyone enough. Like I just pulled up to the shop, and It's awesome. We're here, we're safe, we've accomplished, we've learned. So thank you all.
Yeah. Awesome, guys.
Hey, Mitchell. Let me know when you want your car back because we're going
I'm going back to Valhalla in a week. Hey, Sarah, I need my car back, and your car is here safe. I need my car back.
Sweet. Let me know what you need to.
Oh, the riggers of Baja. Now you guys got to clean up the mess. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much. You guys should be very proud of yourselves. You guys did a fantastic job, and we will talk to you guys at the races.
Awesome.
Right.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
You guys.
What a cool experience, not just for them, but for all of us to be able to just see how people interact in the off-road community, how everybody does their own little path, right? I really appreciate all you guys watching. Kudos to everybody that was on. Thank you guys all for commenting in. Thank you to all of our sponsors, Motul, GL Audio, Zolander Racing Products. I missed those guys at the beginning. Cryo Heat, Vision Canopies, KMC, Maxis, Shock Therapy, for giving it all to us so we can have these shows for you guys. We will see you guys at the next one. Peace.
Thanks for listening